Well, hi, everybody. This is Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications and GeoCollaborate. It's Friday, January 31st, 2025. This is a quick update for the All Hazards Consortium Sensitive Information Sharing Environment. We're going to start with Hawaii. Boy, look at that. That is called a Kona low. That is north of the islands and dragging a lot of moisture and kicking up a lot of waves on the north-facing shores of Hawaii, where high surf advisories are in effect. Boy, look at that. It almost looks like this is an eye for the storm there. It is a tremendously intense storm, a storm force gale up here in the Pacific Ocean. And look at this. The moisture comes all the way from Hawaii. Let's take it full stream. Take all the way from Hawaii over to San Francisco and the West Coast. This is a serious atmospheric river, and it's an AR4. That is forecast to be impacting the West Coast all the way through Tuesday. Well, let me show you a little bit more about Hawaii and what it looks like. This is a little closer here from the Goes West satellite. The Big Island is getting pounded, and that means that they have lots of advisories in effect there right now. As a matter of fact, I'll show you over on GeoCollaborate what it looks like. Look at that streaming moisture. It's starting to clear up a little bit. Better weather on Oahu. Boy, they took it on the chin last night too. I have some video from Carol who sent that in. I'll show you that in just a second. So let's take a look at GeoCollaborate full screen at the islands of Hawaii. Here we go. I'll back out just a little bit more. You can see what's going on. Look at all these advisories. These are small craft advisories. They do not want you out in the ocean here. Heavy surf advisories here. That's what the purple one is. High surf advisories. Waves of 15 to 20 feet out there in Hawaii. Some other surf advisories, 12 to 18 feet. But these waves are huge and could be impactful. Let's zoom in just a little bit more. Here is down towards, here's Honolulu right here. So you have the high surf advisories going on there. Look at this on the Big Island. What is that pink? That is a high wind warning and a winter storm warning on the Big Island summits of Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa until 6 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday. How much snow? 10 to 12 inches of snow. So when this is all said and done, you want to take a ride up there and see, yes, Hawaii gets 80-degree temperatures, and they can also get snow at the same time. Meanwhile, the entire Big Island under a flood watch, and that is continuing all the way through the 31st tonight. So until tomorrow, it'll be in effect. And so heavy rain falling there on the Big Island. Now take a look at this. This is the island of Oahu. This is the high surf advisories in effect on the windward side and also the north shore. But we did get some video in yesterday, and I really appreciate this. This is from Carol Stromberg, who lives on the windward side of Oahu. And I want you to just take a listen. We had lightning and also lots of wind. Listen up. Thunder and the lights were flickering on the windward side of Oahu yesterday. And watch these winds pick up just a short time later after this thunder.
Holy moly. That's the kind of winds we had all night.
Look at that rain and look at those winds. Looks just like a hurricane moving through. Severe thunderstorm warnings were issued and severe thunderstorm watch for the whole island yesterday. It's now calmed down. Man, look at that wind. That's incredible. It's now a much better day there in Maui. You can see those clouds, those low-level cumulus clouds have a lot of moisture in them, but at least they're breaking up. and there are some people trying to get out there and enjoy some of the waves. But I'll tell you, there are probably some rip currents in there too, so you want to be very, very careful. Let's go back to the GOES satellite image because I want to show you and take you a little bit further to the east and show you San Francisco. Look at all this moisture headed for San Francisco right now. It's been raining all day. Let's take a look at San Francisco live. It is not a pretty day. This is the Golden Gate Bridge heading over into Oakland, and the clouds are low and the raindrops are dense, very dense. Flood watch in effect for much of this area. The next several days, we're going to see rain, possibly flooding conditions, particularly any areas near those burn scar areas coming in from this stream of moisture headed to the east from this big Kona low that's out here in the Pacific Ocean. Boy, that really looks impressive. And that's something we're going to be keeping an eye on. But for the next several days, the West Coast is really going to get pounded. Let me show you what it looks like from the standpoint of the West Coast and how much rain is expected. This is GeoCollaborate, and you can see this is the layer I have turned on. It's called the excessive rainfall outlook for the next 1 to 3 days. So we're talking about 3 to 5 inches of rain in this area, and that is a lot. That's too much for the storm drainage systems to handle, and also any burn scars that have been on display there. But I want to show you the Winter Storm Severity Index. So I'm turning off the 3-day excessive rainfall index. Now I want to turn on the Winter Storm Severity Index, and that is this right here. I'll zoom out just a little bit so you can see the whole nation. And there's lots of impacts here in the Pacific Northwest over towards Mount Olympus and also up towards the northwest part of the state, stretching all the way down. Let's zoom in down the Cascades and including Mount Hood and all the way down here through Oregon, through the Cascades, even down into California, where some major impacts are expected here. And that is throughout the Sierra Nevada range. This looks sort of benign here, but when we zoom in, you can see all these impacts. It is going to be nasty in the higher elevations where 2 to 3 feet of snow is possible south of Lake Tahoe, and a combination of rain. There's an avalanche watch, so avalanches are possible as rain falls, and then heavy snow on top of that. It's going to create very unstable environment in the mountains here. So if you have to do any travel, please watch out for your local advisories happening. Also, some dangerous travel in western Wyoming, southeastern Idaho, western Montana, and also northern Utah on your way down driving from Idaho into Salt Lake City. And then, of course, the northern states where it's still cold, you're getting periodic showers of snow and snowing right now in parts of Maine and northern New York. That will become a little intense tonight into early tomorrow before that system moves off the coastline. So what do I want to show you now? I want to take you over and show you the forecast model for precipitation. This is the GFS model. Just give you a quick overview of what's coming this weekend. Look at this rain over parts of the mid-Atlantic right now. That's going to move out, but it is going to change to snow. That's why the Winter Storm Severity Index indicates some hazardous driving potential throughout parts of New York into New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. Look at that. The snow could be heavy at times in Portland, and that is early in the morning tomorrow. So late tonight into early tomorrow morning, could have some moderate to heavy snows, but look, it eases up very quickly by 7 in the morning. Low pressure gets intense off the coast, and it ends in the mid-Atlantic tomorrow morning as this system moves off the coast. High pressure takes over, but look at this atmospheric river pounding California and creating a lot of trouble as far as flooding and high elevation snows and rains and potentially avalanches in parts of central and northern California. This is a long duration event, folks, so if you're going to travel out to the West Coast, be prepared for a very wet several days, all the way through Tuesday. As we go through the week, you can see just some scattered snow showers moving through the northern parts, southern Canada, and over through the northern parts of the plains and the upper Midwest, not causing too much of a problem there. But as we continue on, look at this. We're into Tuesday, 7 in the morning. Look at that. The atmospheric river continues throughout California. We're going to hear about a lot of flooding and, unfortunately, about a lot of marine debris flows and mud flows in the mountains there. And so that's something that you should keep tabs on with your local broadcast meteorologist. National Weather Service offices will keep you posted on what's going on there. That doesn't ease, look at that, until Wednesday, when it ends as a couple of showers, perhaps in the burn scar areas of Los Angeles, around where the Palisades fire was. But look at this, by Wednesday evening, we might be dealing with some ice in the mid-Atlantic and also some rain down towards the Carolinas. But it could start as a little bit of ice, sleet, perhaps some little bit of snow before it changes to all rain because the temperatures are just too warm. So that's it for this update. I'm Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications and GeoCollaborate. This is a big storm that's approaching, sending a lot of moisture to the West Coast. Keep your guard up. And in Hawaii, it will end. The weather will get better. And Carol, thanks so much for sending in that video from the windward side of Oahu. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Please watch out for yourself. Take care of yourself and take care of your neighbors. Thanks so much for watching.